All right, everyone. We
Hello.
have head coach Jonatan Giráldez. Jason, go ahead.
Hi, Jonah. Thanks for speaking with us.
Yeah.
I wanted to first get your overall perspective on a game where it just didn't seem like a normal Spirit performance, and also a game where kind of everything that could go wrong seemed to go wrong.
Hello everyone. Yeah, we start bad because the first chance that they create, they score. So sometimes, when you have a plan for the game and you start like that, as a player, you have doubts when you have to go, when you have to close. So what it was about the starting, and then my feeling was we start to have the control, especially in the first half, but we didn't create many chances, clear chances. They didn't create chances too, but they were comfortable out of possession defending in low block. We tried to be a little more offensive in the second half with McKenna, with Gabby, but I think it was not enough. Maybe more open for the second half because we didn't want the result because we were losing the game. We tried everything, but today was not the day. We had a bad performance in general, and we have to react and come back for the next game.
I know it's very close to when these incidents happen, but you had multiple players pick up knocks. Trinity, of course, Tara. It looked like Casey had one and played through. Can you give us any information on any of those three?
I have no information now. Trin was on the bench in the end. She felt something back, but I have not information about right now the situation. Tara, I think she could end the game. Hal too. Casey was feeling something, but I have no information now. It's too soon. We have to come back tomorrow to Washington and let's see there what happened, which is the availability for the players to play against in Los Angeles the next week.
Thanks, Jonah. I'll pass the microphone.
You're welcome.
Ella, go ahead.
Hi, Jonah. Thanks for talking to us. Just echoing off of Jason's question, after giving up the first goal, what was kind of the message of how to bounce back from that? And what do you think were some of those first half struggles that, you guys couldn't bounce back from that?
We knew exactly how they created chances, and the first situation was a bad defensive action. And when you concede a goal so early, from my point of view, you have to change. You have to change nothing. You have to respect the game plan and keep doing the same things in terms of possession and out of possession. We tried to do, but I think in the opposite half pitch, they were adding a lot of players to defense, and we were not create a lot of chances. So in transition, I think they did today and transition and long balls a good job. And it was I said before to Jensen. We tried in the second half be a little more, go for the game, but it was not enough. We didn't create so many chances in the second half, and they had not too many chances to score. Only I think 4 shots between on target, and they scored 3 goals. We were clinical against them 1 month ago, and they were clinical today.
Luis, go ahead.
Coach, buenas noches. Una noche difícil. Lo habíamos hablado antes de comenzar que quizás iban a haber cambios, ¿no? Que no iba a ser el mismo partido que fue en Washington. Quiero que me den las sensaciones, ¿verdad? Después del partido con la que te queda, ¿verdad? El equipo sigue creando chances, como hablamos en algún momento, la parte de lo más difícil del fútbol es crear chances. Y el equipo lo está haciendo, pero la definición todavía sigue siendo un problema.
Bueno, no creo que sea un problema. Somos el equipo que más goles marca de la liga después de Kansas. Es verdad que hoy hemos creado, o sea, en estadísticas hemos creado más ocasiones que el rival, pero en verdad no nos hemos sentido cómodas, sobre todo en ese ataque posicional, en esos últimos metros. No hemos terminado de crear la situación clara para que nos diese ese gol o esa oportunidad que nos metiese en el partido. Entonces, bueno, ahora sacar conclusiones sobre marcar por 2 goles cuando no marcas, pues obviamente es la primera, ¿no? El primer pensamiento que sale, el primer pensamiento que nace, pero en general lo que decías, necesitamos seguir creando ocasiones y afinar algo mejor en los últimos metros y compensar mejor nuestros ataques para que no nos puedan correr. Creo que será un buen aprendizaje de cara a los playoffs porque espero volver a jugar este partido contra Kansas, porque bueno, ahora las sensaciones son de, ¿no?, que tienes ganas de revancha.
Andre, go ahead.
Hey, Jonah, thanks for speaking with us. Wanted to go back to your subs at halftime, bringing on Gabby Carl and McKenna Morris. You said you wanted to get the game open a little bit. You know, Hatch scored a couple goals in the last game. What were you looking to change tactically with those two substitutions?
Yeah, it was not about the individual performance, about Casey and Hachi. The Hachi's role for today was playing in pocket, but today we had not the space in pocket. They were defending with the lines pretty close. We had not the spaces between lines, so we need other type of strikers. We need Roos for the second half, and Trin and McKenna to make more movements especially to the back behind, because I think we were going to have more chances on that. And then with Gabby, Gabby is a good attacker. When she received in the opposite half pitch, she is led back, but she can create, in 1v1 situations, she can create chances. So that's what the plan for the second half. Starting with the Hatch in pocket, we couldn't find her easy to play in that position, so we tried to find other solutions, and today for sure it was not enough, the game plan for the first half and for the second half, because they didn't create so many chances, but today we neither.
Appreciate that. And I guess bigger picture, no coach likes to lose any games, but you said last time in your pressure there's been a lot of good news for the Spirit, and today obviously was a pretty bad day. How do you, not that you look forward to this, but how do you kind of build on this performance and kind of turn things around after a game like this, when this has been pretty rare for the Spirit this entire season?
For me, when you lose, that's part of soccer. So it's what I said to the players. The most important thing is not what happened, is which is your reaction. So no, right now we don't have to put excuse. For sure, I am responsible on that, especially when we lose. But now we have to be together. We are in the second position in the league because we are performing well. So we don't have to forget that. We have to improve for sure. In the same way that the last week after Houston Dash, we could do better things, and that's the way that we face the new week. So for me, we need now, don't put excuse, analyze what happened, improve, and be stronger for the next game.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll go back to Jason.
Jonah, you mentioned the start to the match not being up to standards. It seemed from the television that the normal ability you have to press teams and disrupt them and cause turnovers, it seemed like Kansas City was able to find its way through your first line and then from there very quickly progress the ball. Were there execution problems, or was Kansas City doing something that maybe just wasn't expected or that they haven't previously done?
No, I think both things. De Viña was playing that position in the right pocket, and we had in high press Hal defending base and Andy between. So we expect that this challenge Anaik De Viña in high press was enough, but we have not a good coordination in that moment, and she received in pocket, and then the distance with Cooper was not good enough to defend that 1v1 situation. After crossing, I think I have to review that situation because I don't know. I think it's just a limit situation, into the box. Usually we are good. I think as a team we defend very well the box, and today we had not a good performance in the most important part of the game. Because when you are starting, when you concede a goal so early, that affects your emotions in terms of game plan. What should I do now? So for me, we have to keep doing the same things, but obviously we are human beings. So this type of reactions sometimes create dupes when you have to go high, when you have to. And today, that's my feeling. They didn't try to do different things in possession if you compare the game against us 1 month ago, but out of possession, they decide not go high. That medium low block 4-4-2 and be ready for transition and low balls for today was enough. So we have to learn for the next game because yeah, right now the feelings are not okay, and we want to play against Kansas again.
At halftime, at least it seemed like you had Hal dropping between the center backs and the center backs spreading quite wide. I don't know that we've seen a ton of that this season, and in the past when we've seen it, it's often been Andy making that drop. What were you looking for with that adjustment from the start of the match to there to sort of have Hal dropping in specifically?
Yeah, because we need our center back defenders in the side be higher, because in the first half putting Hal to the in the striker side, we cannot find a good height to attack. So putting Hal on that position, she's a good player for transition, and then we could put Tara and Anaik higher to have options to receive that pass and then play easier with a side back player being high. You know, when you put McKenna and Trin between, you can find easier out your side back players. And I think different situation we had in the second half, we found that players, but then we were not performing well when we were receiving the side, because we wanted to play long that pass to Train, Roos, McKenna, but we were not clinical enough today, just not in the last meters, it's as well in the decision, especially in the last third. So for me, putting her in that position, it was just to make sure that the height of the players playing the side was to be a little more high. But yeah, for sure that was not enough for come back the result.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jonah.
You're welcome.
We'll go back to Ella and then finish with Luis.
Oh, sorry, I was done. I just forgot to raise my hand or unraise my hand. All good.
Right, Luis, wrap us up.
Coach, yo sé que quizás estas derrotas como esta repiensan, ¿no? El equipo. ¿Cuál es ese mensaje que le dará al equipo de vuelta a Washington para seguir adelante en lo que queda de gira de visitante?
No, igual que la semana pasada, mejorar. Hay muchas cosas que todavía podemos hacer mejor. Somos un equipo que tenemos recursos, que bueno, podemos hacer daño de diferentes maneras, pero evidentemente después del partido de hoy, pues hay cosas que hay que analizar y hay cosas que podemos hacer mejor, seguramente, sobre todo en nuestro ataque posicional. Creo que tenemos ahí margen de mejora y bueno, y no olvidarnos tampoco, ¿no? De la manera en la que estamos entrenando, trabajando. Creo que estamos rindiendo muy bien. Y esa segunda posición la tenemos que agarrar, sobre todo que no se nos escape. Ahora mismo, bueno, es lo que le he dicho a las jugadoras, tenemos que estar juntas, tenemos que seguir entrenando, compitiendo, porque vamos a tener un partido importantísimo la semana que viene en Los Ángeles y tenemos que ir allí con la intención de ganar. Este partido, este resultado el día de hoy ya es pasado y ahora la atención, después del descanso, tiene que ser ya preparar el siguiente partido en Los Ángeles.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, everyone. We will be right back with Paige Mateer and Gabby Carl.
Thank you.
All right, we have Gabby Carl and Paige Mateer. Jason, go ahead and kick us off.
Thanks, Sam. Hi, Paige. Hi, Gabby. Thanks for speaking with us. I guess, Paige, I wanted to start with you. Jonah mentioned that the start of the match was just not up to the normal standards, I think, for the team. I wanted to know what you saw playing out to sort of set the stage for that and maybe allow Kansas City to take control of the game in the way that they did early on.
Yeah, I would say kind of two things. I think one is that we knew they were a really good transition team. Obviously, they have a lot of speed up top, and I think we kind of allowed them. I think we did good on the transition in some moments, but obviously having to keep defending transitions makes you tire a lot quicker than you should. And I think because of that, we were a little more sloppy on the ball. And I also think sometimes we struggled to get the type of pressure we would have wanted, on the ball when they were building out in their half, which kind of caused things for us to, I guess, panic in a way when we got the ball, just because I feel like we were defending more than maybe we were used to, or maybe we wanted to be when going into that game.
And then, Gabby, obviously coming into the match, you had a chance to sort of see how it was unfolding. The fact that Kansas City, we're used to seeing them high press so much these last tonight, and then the game against Orlando, they kind of stood off a little bit more. How did you, as a group, or you specifically, what were you looking to change in the match, in terms of just shifting the dynamic and creating maybe more openings and defending less of the game?
Yeah, I think they had answers to pretty much everything we threw at them. I think the fact that they sat back, it kind of sometimes it lulls you, because you get into a sense of, oh, like this game is calm, and then when you try to go forward, that you go straight into their trap, and I think that's what kept happening. And I don't think we found the answer tonight.
Thanks. I'll pass the mic here.
Andre, go ahead.
Hey, Paige and Gabby, thanks for speaking with us. Wanted to ask you both a couple of questions. The first one is, Paige, you mentioned that the game was, you did a lot of running because it was a bit tiring, but also it seemed like the game was also very physical. Seemed like Kansas City was putting in a lot of challenges and also just using their body a lot. Could you both speak to how physical this game was, and if it was any more physical than some of the games that you played in the past?
Yeah, I think part of it turns physical because we know that they're so good at transitions that there's a lot of balls that enter the middle of the pitch, or even deeper in the pitch, where we know that we have to get a challenge on, because if not, they're just going to burn us with their speed. So I think maybe that contributed to it. I think a lot of games are physical around here, but obviously they're a very athletic team, and we kind of knew that going into it. Nothing to add.
Perfect. And lastly, just wanted to talk, because I asked Jonah about this as well. For the Spirit, since he's been here, but really all year, haven't really had a game like this or a performance like this where you have to bounce back. So how does a team, when you're kind of inexperienced at this sort of situation, what is the process to bounce back from something like this?
Yeah, I think we haven't had a situation like this year, but as a team, I think everyone on this team has experienced situations like this. I don't think any one of us is foreign to it. I think it's about kind of learning what you have to learn from this game, and then working hard this week to prepare for the next game. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and Jason, wrap us up.
This question's for either or both of you. When you have a game like this where it seems like from afar it's both a lot of stuff went wrong tonight that is kind of like a once a season kind of moment, and then also there were some execution errors. From your perspective, where's the balance? Is this more a we didn't execute our game plan was off, and how much of it was like this? Sometimes you just have a game where it's kind of a nightmare and there's not a ton that you can do to shift that.
I think they were ready for us. And I just don't think we were ready to respond to that. I think this whole year we've been extremely competitive, and I think tonight we fell flat. And yeah, as you said, it happens, this is sport, this is soccer, like it's never going to be perfect. Last week we were really good. And then this week we were poor. But yeah, again, that's soccer, and now it's important for us to learn what we have to learn, but then to move forward.
Appreciate it. Thanks to you both.
You, Gabby and Paige. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next week from LA.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.